welcome to the second episode of my tutorial series on the AVR framework. So last time we created a normal tutorial level and gotten started on how to create that, including a transition. And now I want to encapsulate that into the whole game flow. So starting with an intro, going to a menu, and then continuing in the level itself. So how do we set that up? So for that, we need a level where our menu is going to be in. This level is going to be almost similar to the level that we create in the tutorial map. So to do that, I will just duplicate the map tutorial and call it map menu. And we will also need an empty map, which I will create like that. And I will call it map menu world. We also need an info object for that. So I'm going to create a child object of the experience level lobby, create a child of that and call it lobby tutorial. And I will move that there for organizational reasons. And we will adjust the values of that equivalently as we did in the last episode. So for that, we need a level name, which map menu map menu world. I'm going to call that menu of the AVR framework. And yeah, I'm going to leave the transition screen empty for now. I'm just going to make a neat color, put a neat color in there. It's light blue or a little bit darker blue. It looks a bit better. Save and compile that. And now we have to create a game mode for that as well. So we go in the framework, create a child game mode, and call that menu put that in info and link it just like in the other episode. So for that, we go into the maps menu, we save everything. Remember, this level looks exactly similar since I duplicated it. We need to go in the info, the map menu. We're going to override what's it called, in the game mode. And here we need to set the universal object, which is this one, and the experience object of the lobby, which is going to be this one. Perfect. And now, just like in the last episode, we need to create the world map, which consists of the map menu, which we put in the level, and also a transition screen, which we find in maps. We put that here, and then we have to override the game menu as well. Game mode as well. Perfect. And now we have the same level as we have in the other episode set up. So we save that. So remember, everything that we did here was covered in the last episode. To make the menu a bit easier to distinguish, I'm going to open the menu and I'm deleting the sky sphere around it just to make it clear that it's a different level. So now we need to specify which levels are actually available. For that, we have to open the universal object, the BP universal tutorial. And under lobby, we specify the experience lobby tutorial and the experiences that we want to have opened. is level tutorial. So we can save and compile that, close that, and now we need to enter the menu. So for that, we take the panel coordinator, which does nothing more than spawn the panels that are defined in the experience object. So if we hit play now, we can see that we have an empty panel here, which is very ugly because it's not filled with any pictures. So I'm going to rotate that 180 degrees. You can see we have it up front here. And now we need to fill that panel with some pictures. And this is done in the experience object of itself. So the experience object of the tutorial level needs to have some pictures here in order for the panel to look good. For that, I'm just going to copy the pictures that I have in place for the demos. I'm going to take the one of the showcase, open that up, and just copy these pictures over. It's a bit tedious, but sure, you want to have your own pictures in there. So as a background color, we also take this color, and the text we're going to leave none for now. So, and see what it does. It opens up the panel that we have here. Perfect. So now we need a start experience button. Experience. We can make that a bit smaller and also place that there. So now if we hit play, you can see that we have our panel right here, and we have our start experience. And if we hit that, it will take us to the tutorial map that we created last episode. And once the loading screen is over, it will take us to the world to the experience map. Perfect. The last thing that is missing is setting our parameters for the intro. So for that, I'm going to select the logo, which is going to be my logo. I find in 1280 by 720 fits good, but you can choose any resolution that you like. And I will select the sky sphere for the intro, and that's going to be the particle one. So I can close that down. Additionally, what we have to do is in the project settings, set our game mode to the game mode of the main menu. Game mode of the main menu, just so we can close that window. And now if we go into the map intro, this is also the starting map that when you build the project will be taken as the initial map, and from there everything starts. So if we hit play, we see that we have the sky sphere set in the universal object. If we press here, it will load our game menu. Which is called menu, and then we have the subtitle here, and from there we have our menu, and if we open that up, it will take us to our first experience, just like we just tested. So I'm just going to stop that now, One additional thing that I wanted to show is if we want to have multiple entries in our game menu, we just add multiple experiences. So Photo Studio, for example, these are the ones that I have in my demo project, and you know, close that down. We'll start the intro screen again. We can see, yeah, it starts from the beginning and it shows our logo. We can press here again, it'll take us to the menu. And this time the menu should have multiple entries with different levels that we can load from. Okay, so that is basically it. This is all I wanted to show from the level menu and the overall game flow of how the level structure is going to be. And I will probably see you guys in the next episode. Thank you for watching.